Today we are talking about how to never get into another rut ever again. The reason successful people reach their success is because they don't waste 2 or 3 days going into a rut. You could have everything mapped out to perfection, but if you get into ruts every single week, you're not going to see any success. This is very difficult and it's one of the hardest things when starting self-improvement. But the good news is I've studied hundreds of top entrepreneurs and self-improvement enthusiasts that have generated millions of dollars of sales and are living their dream lives. And they all run the same method for getting out of ruts. This formula allowed them to focus on work, life, and go to the gym. So I have narrowed it down for you and built a framework to teach you on how to never get into a single rut ever again. By the way, I'm Stan. I've been on self-improvement for 5 years and I've been sharing my knowledge for 3 months now, and over 50,000 people have viewed and used my knowledge. I do this stuff all day long, so I'm quite credible to speak on it. Anyway, let's dive in. Basically, no one on YouTube speaks about how identity can be used to never get into another rut again. If you're watching this video, you're already the kind of person who's going to get into a rut, right? So this is a huge issue because identity shapes habits, but habit shapes identity. If you view yourself as someone who always gets into ruts, you're never going to be able to break free of them because your identity is someone who always falls into a rut, right? So your habits are going to be the person who falls into a rut, and that's going to be scrolling, procrastinating, binge eating, all of those things. But you're probably asking now, how do we actually fix this and actually see results? It's actually not as hard as you probably think, but we need to do some key steps first. We need to shift your identity to someone who is on self-improvement. How, you may ask? First, I want you to tell people around you what you're doing, that you're going on self-improvement, you're trying to improve yourself, and this might sound cringe to say to people, and it kind of is, right? But you're going to actually see so many results from doing this, so it's really worth just getting it over and done with. Tell your friends, family, people online, anyone. And this is because people's perception of you lags behind who you are. For instance, let's say you've been going to the gym for 2 years, right? And you've seen progress, and you used to kind of get made fun of for like being weak or something, and then now you're actually kind of strong, right? People's perception is still going to view you as being kind of weak, right? Unless you've got some really insane progress that you can show, like having an insane physique now. They're probably still going to view you as someone who's weak. So there's a way you can kind of jump this up, which is by kind of telling them what you're doing, right? Telling them you're going to the gym, post about it online, and people's perception, it'll speed up the change, right? But it's not going to be so drastic. So another thing you can do is kind of switch to a new environment, because when you meet new people, their perception is going to be brand new of you, of where you are now, not the one lagging behind. So you can either tell them or move to a new environment. That's basically what you got to do to shift your identity. Also, redo your environment. If you have an environment as someone who's kind of like a procrastinator, like you've got like a gaming PC, stuff like that. For instance, I sold my gaming PC, and now all I have is a MacBook, so I can focus on like doing this and video editing and work. Also, kind of have like a self-improvement vibe. You see, like I've got a nice desk setup, I've got like nice candles over there, I've got like a nice bedside table, things like that. I've just got a nice setup that's going to allow me to focus on my work instead of having like game on posters and things like that. And then the next thing is, you're not Superman. You might think, what do you mean Superman? What's this got to do with this video? Just listen. Imagine it's your first day in the gym. You might have been going for like 5 years now, but rewind, it's your first day in the gym. You're walking in there a bit nervous, right? You're a bit like, oh, I don't know what to do. And you see the flat bench press. Oh, you've seen everyone going on about it, saying it's amazing. So you lie down and you think, right, you see someone next to you doing like 150 kg and you think, I can do that, right? So you load up 100 kg, you lift it up and you're like, whoa, you're shaking a bit. You lift it down and you can't get it up at all, and someone has to rush over and help you get it up, right? That's what happens to everyone on self-improvement. They think they can be the guy on the left who's benching 150 kg to start with. You can't. You got to build up. You got to do the 20 kg bench, the 40, the 50, the 60, the 70. You got to build up. And if you don't, you're not going to be able to move the bar, and then you fall into a rut. I hope that helped you understand kind of where I'm going to be going with this. So, how can you apply this to self-improvement? My advice would be just focus on the morning routine for now. Get your morning routine nailed to the T. Get it perfect. You gratitude, you meditate, you have a cold plunge, you stretch, you get some outside time. Get it nailed. And then after that you can scroll, you can play some Clash Royale, you can binge eat, you don't have to go to the gym. But just get one area so insanely good, like better than me even, get it better than me, and then move on. Everyone tries to take on everything at once, and that's not how it works. You need to get one bit good, move on to the next good. So once your morning routine's good, you could maybe implement some work after that, right? Then after that work, it's like 10 a.m. and then you can do whatever. And then in 6 months, you're gonna have the best day ever. But because you want to take everything face on, because you have this huge ego, in 6 months you're gonna be where you are now, but with maybe like 30 days where you did your ideal day. But you're not gonna feel consistent, and you're gonna end up watching this video again and thinking, where did I go wrong? So just trust me, please, just get your morning routine nailed to the T, then move on to work, then go to the gym. Just slowly build it up, instead of trying to take on the 150 kg bench press on your first day. And if you want help starting and building up your routine and then going to the gym, I have a free self-improvement Discord community, link will be in the description. It's insane, completely free. We have lectures each week, you can ask me questions, I help you, give you information. We have courses, text guides, email templates, it's so good, just join, link in description. If you're not in there and you're on self-improvement, I don't know what you're doing. Right, so we need a plan for when you get into a rut, because it's gonna happen. Even if you listen to this video, like I said, nailed to the T, you're gonna get into a rut. For instance, for me, 3 days ago, I was in one. I literally played Clash Royale and scrolled till like midday. I'm gonna be honest. But I implemented this plan and then now I'm back on it, working and having a great time. Let's say you've been in a rut for a whole week. How do you break out of it? What a lot of people do is they're angry that they've been in a rut and they attempt the 150 kg bench press and they fail. You don't want to jump in the deep end. You just want to walk in and get acclimated, or whatever that word is. My rut plan is, let's say the morning before school, I woke up late, I didn't do anything. I get home and I scrolled and now it's like 6 o'clock. What I like to do is, I just like to start fresh, right? Because a lot of people, like New Year's Day, they start new habits, right? Monday they start going to the gym, things like that. Like, you need a fresh starting point, basically is what I'm saying. So what I like to do, I like to tidy my room, do a little bit of planning, so I'm kind of like, it's a fresh start the next day. It's like everything's planned, got a tidy room, we can get going. And then I feel really hyped to get going. But what I make sure not to do is jump in the deep end, like I said before. I just do a little morning routine, have some breakfast, maybe scroll for a bit, because I did it the day before. I do like 10 minutes of scrolling, right? It's alright as long as you end there. Then I come upstairs, do a bit of work for like an hour, maybe play 2 games of Clash Royale. And you know, you don't have to be like this 100% productive person, because as long as it's more productive than 2 months ago, you're making progress, so it doesn't matter. You don't need to go full force in after you've been in a rut. And if you do, you might feel amazing the first day when you do it good, but the next day, you're gonna fail again. So please don't. Just slowly acclimate yourself, have a fresh start, tidy your room the day before, plan everything, plan your day, plan your finances, plan your habits, all of these things, make a new habit tracker. So it's just a fresh start so you can start good again. And that's it. That's how you're going to combat ruts and enjoy your time on self-improvement. I hope this helped. As always, make the tiny changes. Peace.